Hey folks, I'm HP's Dr. Pink, and today's topic is how to become a better blues rhythm guitar player. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button. This way you get a notification when new videos are uploaded or live streams are taking place or premieres are starting. The topic is an old topic. Everybody loves blues and it's easy to play. But the rhythm guitar is, even if you're an experienced player, if you've never done this before, you should do this here because rhythm and timing is really essential. And in this tutorial, you're going to learn how to get a tight and perfect blues timing. Yeah, so in this little example I just put in all what you're going to learn in this tutorial, and we're starting from the scratch. And as I said, even if you're an advanced player, never done this before, do these exercises. I made the same mistake myself. I always thought I'm a good player and I have a good timing, but for those who are some are talented, they have a good timing have a natural good timing. Even for those ones, it's important that you really break apart the rhythm and learn to do everything exact the way. And the more conscious you can do it, the better player you're going to be. And the more you can enjoy playing, of course. It's not about being a perfect player, it's about enjoying and feeling the music. And so let's get started with breaking apart all these things. I have a backing track here with blues in A, just drum and bass, 60 BPM. Slow blues is harder to play than fast blues because when it's slow, you have to be more precise, more aware what you're doing and feel the timing better. That's why this one is in 60 BPM, only drum and bass. So it really comes to your abilities how to do this stuff here. So the first, really first, you can do it with any track, of course, or you can also have this track here, which is available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy, by the way. Join there if you love this tutorial. Good. So the first exercise is, since it's a blues, it's standard blues in A, 12 bars, 4 bars A, 2 bars D, 2 bars A, 1 bar E, 1 D, 1 A, 1 E. Yeah. So A5. We're taking A5 to start. Or we can just stand the first 4 bars, doesn't really matter. The first exercise is hit the chord and so on. Play through the whole form. That's really not such a problem. I played A5 in this case, really simple here. Open A string and the index finger here in the second bar, A5, D5 and E5. It's really simple. So that's, I don't really need to zoom in here for this. Yeah. So, and the trick here is now you take the tempo with your foot, sync your breathing to the, also to the rhythm. A lot of players forget to breathe when they play. Don't forget to breathe. Your system has to be in sync with the music, and just try to hit the quarter notes exactly then when the foot goes down. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also damped. And so on. That's the first exercise. You can also try in different tempos, but yeah, 60 is a good tempo because it's really slow. So the next exercise is to understand what is the shuffle groove. I either just play like this, and of course you need to hit the strings exactly and stop exactly in 1, 2, and stopping 1, and stop it again with the damping 1, or damped 1, 2, 3, 4, really exact. The next thing, now we play shuffle groove. What is a shuffle groove? To understand what the shuffle groove is, or in general shuffle grooves in blues, is the main thing, or the underlined rhythm is the triplet. What is a triplet? 3 notes per beat. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's a triplet, like waltz. Of the married guys among you, you for sure made the waltz at your wedding. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm doing this with A5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay? And now the shuffle is the first and the third of the triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you don't see my foot here so clearly, but do the foot count loud. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Once you feel secure, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, these are now really the basics which you need to know. Now we're going on the close view. If you cannot do the basics properly, it doesn't make sense to proceed. Once you have the basics really and you feel them, don't think, well, it's easy, just play it 1 minute, okay, I can do it. Try to feel it, try to enjoy it, try to feel the rhythm in your body, feel the guitar, and then you're ready for the next step. Now we're playing, starting to add some gimmicks. They're always the basics of all these gimmicks is understanding where the quarter note is. There are triplets, and in those we do something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we make an accent on 4. So, or we shuffle 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. First I play damp, then I release the damping with the hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And with this little accent on the 4, you get really, it sounds much better. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You can also play the 4 end without damping if you want. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now comes a trick. When you want to change to the next chord on the 4 end, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you just make the accent in the open strings, and this time you have time to change and go back directly into position. Let's do this here. I'll show you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4, 3 and 4, and 3 and 4, and so on. We don't go to the full form here now. It's just to understand. What you also can do, instead of making the accent on 4, you make the accent 4 end. It's also cool. You can do whatever you want. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. See how it breaks it up? And 2 and 3 and 4. It really breaks it and makes it more interesting. So this is really cool stuff to do, either on 4 end, and always keep the thing going on with your foot and always having a feeling for the timing. When you change, make the... You can also, when you change, you don't need to play the accent on 4. You can only do the 4 end on the open strings. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's really simple. Yeah, so that's really an essential thing. What you also can do is, like, as a little variation, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Play the triplet 2 and 3 on the of the beat 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4. No, I forgot. Sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is also cool. Also a variation you can do. Also cool to do. What also works, 1 and 2. You can make the accent on the 4 by also changing a chord. Now we always play with A5, so nothing really special. You can make 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can make this, or in this case I would do this here. D over A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's see how that one works. Sounds cool, doesn't it? Now if we do that with a full chord, of course we need something additional. Now we're getting more into specific stuff in A, but it's really important that you understand what I told till now works for all keys. Now we're doing specific in A. For the D, I take the D7 here, and D7. Here, 5th, 4th, 5th fret, 7, 6, 7. Now we do the same thing, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We make the accent on 4, and here with the D, 1 and 2 and 3. So we do the accent, we first dampen, then on 4 and 4N we just release the damping and play 1 and 2 and 3 and just play also with the open strings. This D works with open strings, of course. If it's another key, you cannot use the open strings, but it also works for other keys as well. And with E, the same thing also works with the open strings. Let's do that. Good. So see how this thing starts to develop and getting cool. The next step would be, now we add triplets in the rhythm guitar. How would you do that? One would be like on the last D, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's the very typical one on the beats 1 and 2. We add triplets, so 1, and I take this E7. We won't make it too complicated again. 7, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go back to 1. Or we can do this on the D. We can play the D and play as the triplets as single notes. So here with the A string, D string, G string, 1, 2, 3, 1. Same rhythm figure, and to make it more dramatic, we add some vibrato with this chord. That's why this chord is really great. You can add vibrato here. So we're going to add these elements now, and you're going to see how this starts to sound really cool. So now the whole thing starts to live. What you always have to pay attention, I mean, this is just examples with chords I'm showing you, but the system works for all types of chords, all types of patterns. It's always, when you listen to the drums, you hear the accent on 2 and 4. You can also do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The accents and the precision of the accents is the main key to everything. I did now on 4 because for me 4 works better than on 2 and 4, but you can also do the accent 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But as you can do it on 2 and 4, those accents. You can add triplets at any spot you want. So 1 and 2, 2 3, and 1 and 2, 1, or 1 and 2. See, the main thing is that you understand the elements which you're using, and you can just switch them and put them in wherever you want. These are just an example. Well, we repeat again. We have the shuffle. First we hit the quarter note. That's the main key to everything. If you cannot hit the quarter note, it's the rest doesn't really help. So first do that one, then do the shuffle. Remember with the triplets: 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2. First and third triplet: 1 2 3. That's the real shuffle groove. Many of you just play it and it sounds like 95% precise, but it's never 100 if you've never done this exercise before. So that's really important. Then you can add triplets with a full chord: 1 2 3, 1 2, or just with single notes: 1 2 3. Or you can make and when you change chords, you work with opening 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then you have fine time, but you can make an accent there as well. And that's the magic behind the whole thing of a precise and good blues rhythm guitar player. And the more comfortable you feel with these simple elements, the more you can improve your creativity on the fretboard and make more stuff. I'm going to give you an example how you can really work out with this stuff. What I did now, I just switch between. I use these three main rhythm elements and just change the chords in different positions, different ideas. But if you cannot play it is also cool. Just play simple stuff if it's precise. Yeah, that's what I more or less wanted to say. You learn these three elements of rhythm in blues, make them as precise as possible. You can work out with different tempos. You can also download this backing track in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy, by the way. Join there, it's really worth joining there. The number of members is growing there, and we started to interact with each other. So join there, make the upgrade. Guys, it's really worth, and it's not a lot of money for a good education. Yeah, so, but work out those rhythm figures with this track, any other track you like, whatever you want, and then start to feel it and from that point when you can feel the rhythm, these main parts, then you can start to improve your creativity on the fretboard, move around, and you will always be precise. If you do the opposite, you learn a lot of noodling stuff, and of course it's fun, looks cool, but if you never done the basic work, you will never reach the level of precision which you want. And for any level, beginner, intermediate, pro, if you never done the basic work of having it really precise, then the rest is like building a house on a swampy underground, you know what I mean? Yeah, so work out these three elements which I showed, and with these examples which I showed, and then as soon as you feel comfortable, develop into deeper regions of the blues universe. See, I'm wearing the, oh no, it's not my Star Trek t-shirt. I thought it's the Star Trek. See, I really woke up late this morning and just got my t-shirt out of the thing here without watching. Good, me and Dr. Pink. Oh, Dr. Pink said, don't forget to mention, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Spotify, write me a review on Google Maps, HPCrazy Guitar Academy. It's really cool. We really would appreciate it if you love what we're doing. And just show up on the next shows we are doing for you. Bye.